Welcome back to TalksOfTheGeeks.com. Justin here with more coverage for Summer Anime 2021. And today we are going to be reviewing episode 1 of Remake Our Life, which is actually a 50-minute episode. So you can kind of see and take this as 2 episodes in one. As always, I give you a brief synopsis, and this could be watched so far on Crunchyroll. So here we go. Koya is a 28-year-old game developer. With his company going bankrupt and him losing his job, he returns to his hometown. Looking at the success of creators his age, he finds himself regretting his life decisions as he laid the stress on his bed. As Koya wakes up, he discovers that he has traveled 10 years back to time before he entered college. Will he be able to finally make things right? The story is about a failed person who is given a second opportunity to follow his dreams. And I want to give an applause for this one because this was really good. I mean, this was just spectacular what they were able to do with the story. And I'm a little biased with this review because I am just a huge fan. My favorite genre in anime is slice of life. I love anime that tackles on a little bit of the more realistic, serious issues that we as humans go through every day. And I'm not talking political or social issues. I'm just talking about the everyday man and woman out there, the issues that we deal with, obviously paying bills, how are we going to find a job, things like that. Because I don't know, it's just the way when slice of life for me, when they really bring it, they really bring it. And so far, episode 1, Remake Our Life, I would say the first half really brought it in. I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of this tone shift that happened, but the first 15-20 minutes of this anime, man, it hits you, man. You're introduced to Koya, and he is Koye, and he's down on his luck. He is depressed. It's just imagine your dream. You achieved your dream job. You're finally there. You're living the dream, and then it's just you boom. You're back at your parents' house, and you're in your mid-30s, so you're not married. You don't have kids, and everything else, and your whole life you just now feel like you're this failure. And the way they illustrate that raw emotion, I felt it. I was like, man, I feel it. I know exactly. I know a lot of people, especially in this day and age, especially what happened with the pandemic. You probably had your dream job, and then COVID happened, and then boom, your life is turned upside down. You're either having a roommate, you're living back with your parents, and things didn't go the way you planned, and you just have this one wish. It's like he gets reminded of this other opportunity that he had that he passed on, and then he gets the chance to remake his life and take that opportunity that he missed. And that's the whole premise of the show. But the way they illustrate it, the way they really set up the characterization, the story, and the characters around them, it really worked for me. Like, I really was really immersed with this. The 50 minutes ran by quickly. The first half, I would say, was definitely giving you this really hard hit of slice of life. The second half is when he's back in the past and he's basically starting the process of remaking his life. So it's more lighthearted. It's not as dark as the first half, mainly because he's back in time now. It's his chance. But one thing I did like is that he is fully aware that he has time traveled back. So he still has his conscious self from the future that's now in the past. And just to give it a quick example of that, those who've seen the film X-Men Days of Future Past, think about of how Wolverine went back into the 70s and his consciousness went back, and he was fully aware of what his future is like. That's how this kind of is. Koya is fully aware of what his future is like, and now he has the chance to really change that and make it better. And one thing I haven't read the manga, so please don't spoil it, but I'm very curious to see, is him getting this second chance really gonna alternate his future, or was it just like it doesn't matter what path you took, your fate would have always put you back at your parents' house? So I'm really curious to see if it has some of that dark elements with it. But as far as the animation goes, it's really good. I like the animation on it. Character designs are good. I mean, as far as fan service, there is one fan service scene. I was just like, oh god, they just couldn't help themselves. But there's one fan service scene in there, and there is a little bit of breaking the fourth wall when it comes to just being an anime guy. So fans who are into that type of stuff will like it. But for the most part, this anime does take itself seriously. I would say my biggest concern, my biggest The little minor complaint was kind of the tone shift from where we got from the first half to the second half. When he goes back in time, the tone shift just kind of came into more of a light-hearted anime where they're just like, "Hey, we're gonna do this." Like it's very optimistic, which makes sense because he's back in time now. He's back to his reset. So I'm kind of serious. I'm kind of really curious to see what's gonna happen, what they're gonna do with it. Voice acting was really good. I thought the Koye's actor did a great job, especially in the first half, really illustrating that suffering, that grit, that depression of failure. And oh man, I'm back at my parents' house. I'm this, I'm that, I'm a loser, and everything else. And I really did resonate with this. So I'm definitely going to give this a very rare. I'm not. You know, I'm not going to give it 5 stars, but I am going to give it 4.5 stars. And this was I enjoyed it so much from the production, from the voice acting, from the story. A little bit of the tone shift wasn't really cool with me, but then again, we don't need 50 minutes of depression of this guy like struggling to come to terms that he didn't get his dream job. So I kind of understand why the tone shift happened, but definitely watch this now. This is a must watch when it comes to ratings of must watch or add it to the queue. I say do both. Watch it now, add it to the queue, watch it again. Very curious to see what's going to happen next week. Hopefully, we will get, hopefully, it's another 50 minute episode. I did not want to stop this. So, this is Justin from otakusthegeeks.com. If you like what we do here, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And most importantly, visit otakusthegeeks.com if you haven't, and if you're not watching this from ONG. And of course, you can you can subscribe to us on YouTube, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram at the Tacos and Geeks, Facebook.com/the Tacos and Geeks blog, and of course you can hit us on Twitch while we twitching and streaming every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at twitch.tv/the Tacos Geeks. Later days.